Peace be with you. My name is Allan Kashmirwala. Although I'm in the United States, I'm always thinking about Pakistan, and right now, especially Pakistan and India and Kashmir. As I announced yesterday, I'm adopting the pen name Allan Kashmirwala, following the lead of the students of the Rihan School, in which they adopt a second name like Paniwala for somebody who's dedicated their lives to solving the problems of pani or water. So I've dedicated my life, actually, since my youth, I have really dedicated my life to solving the problems between different countries and different religions, and especially the problems between Pakistan and India, meaning, above all, the problem of Kashmir. So my new name, Allan Kashmirwala, indicates that I am now dedicating myself as much as possible, trying to set aside all other engagements as much as I can to solving the Kashmir problem. And I just want to say today that I have written many letters, but especially, most importantly, I wrote a letter to General Musharraf, and that was before he became president of Pakistan, and Mr. Bajpai, the prime minister of India at that time. This is like 25 years ago. I can't remember the exact year, but close to a quarter century ago. I've looked for that letter. I haven't found it yet, but a copy of it, but I'll find it and present it to you as soon as I do find it, in which I wrote them both that the solution to the Kashmir problem is to give full internal independence to Kashmir. That is, Kashmiris should run their own affairs internally. Uh, no problem with that. And then externally, because neither India nor Pakistan wants to give up Kashmir as part of their own territory, therefore, what I'm suggesting is the external affairs of Kashmir should be run by Pakistan and India jointly, together. The two countries must cooperate to run the external affairs of Kashmir. Of course, Kashmiris will have the big part in that, uh, running the external affairs, but it will be run by India and Pakistan and Kashmiris all together. That's what I would consider still the best solution, perhaps the only solution I can really visualize for the Kashmir problem. And I suggested to General Musharraf and to Prime Minister Bajpai at that time that this would solve the problem, and that this solution has actually been suggested by a great Sufi uh, who understood the spiritual nature of this problem. In one sentence, if I can try to explain what I mean by that, is that the identity, the self-identity of both India and Pakistan depends upon Kashmir being a part of themselves. In other words, India feels that India is a secular country. At least this is talking about in 1947 when independence came. Maybe India is not so much of a secular country now, not perhaps, but definitely as it was then. By secular, they meant that they would not promote any one religion over others. And therefore, because Kashmir was right on the border of India, and it was the perfect opportunity for India to demonstrate its secular nature. Secular meaning what I just explained. So India came to identify Kashmir as part of India, not only as part of India, but in one sense as the most important part of India for establishing her national identity, namely where people of all religions can live together in harmony and working together. So that's what Kashmir means to India. That's why India cannot give up Kashmir, because it's become an important part of India's national identity, sense of what India is. Similarly, Pakistan, of course, also feels that Kashmir is a part of Pakistan and must be, because Pakistan means that part of India where the majority population is Muslim. And of course, Kashmir was, and how long it will be, we may not know, because the Indian government is now trying to import into Kashmir as many non-Kashmiris, especially Biharis, as possible to try to. It's a crime against humanity. It's considered a genocide to try to change the actual makeup of a population of a certain area. But this is what India is doing, trying to change the population of Kashmir or Jammu and Kashmir from being majority Muslim to being majority Hindu. And depending on what part of Kashmir we're talking about, what part of Jammu and Kashmir, meaning the total area as it was in 1947, that total area uh, is and was majority Muslim. So naturally, the identity of Pakistan, Pakistani sense of identity, implies that Kashmir must be part of Pakistan. All right, that's the brief introduction of the solution to the Kashmir problem. Uh, and I see there's no comments yet, so that's all I really wanted to say. So now we will have our zikr. We will recite some meditation prayers for a few minutes, just to pray and praying for independence, internal independence for Kashmir, while the external affairs of Kashmir are run by Pakistan and India jointly. Oh God, may that come to pass. That is our prayer. And we will recite prayers in 4 languages. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Maliki Yawmuddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratul ladzina an'amta alayhim ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. So for a little over 1 minute, we have been reciting the Durood Sharif Ibrahimi, praying that Kashmir may be given internal independence and the external affairs of Kashmir will be run jointly by India and Pakistan, and of course by Kashmiri people. Now we will recite, God willing, for about a minute, the Mool Mantra of Baba Guru Nanak Sahib. Sat Sri Akal, Vaheguru. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. एक ओमकार सत्तनां करता पुरख निरपाव निर्वाय रकाल मूर्त अजूनी से भंगुर प्रसाद जप आज सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानको से भी सच एक ओमकार सत्तनां करता पुरख निरपाव निर्वाय रकाल मूर्त अजूनी से भंगुर प्रसाद जप आज सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानको से भी सच एक ओमकार सत्तनां करता पुरख निरपाव निर्वाय रकाल मूर्त अजूनी से भंगुर प्रसाद जप आज सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानको से भी सच एक ओमकार सत्तनां करता पुरख निरपाव निर्वाय रकाल मूर्त अजूनी से भंगुर प्रसाद जप आज सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानको से भी सच एक ओमकार सत्तनां करता पुरख निरपाव निर्वाय रकाल मूर्त अजूनी से भंगुर प्रसाद जप Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Abhi Sach, Nanak, Osi Bhi Sach. So we have recited for just over a minute the Mool Mantra of Baba Guru Nanak Sahib. Now we will recite the Lord's Prayer of Jesus Christ, praying still specifically for Kashmir, for the independence, for the internal independence of Kashmir, and for Kashmir to be run cooperatively in terms of its external affairs by India and Pakistan together, inshallah. Ave Maria, gratia plena Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Jesus. Jesus, Yeshua. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. And now, for about 1 minute, we will recite the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, praying specifically for the internal independence of Kashmir, so that Kashmiris may run their own affairs internally, and for the external affairs of Kashmir to be run by Pakistan and India together, cooperatively, which will require the two countries to come to a new understanding of friendship and love and cooperation. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So we have recited for just over 1 minute the 4 prayers that we have been reciting regularly for a long time now. But this time we are specifically praying, "Oh God, please grant independence to Kashmir internally. May Kashmiris be given full right, which is their right, full right to run their own internal affairs. And may Pakistan and India come together and work together cooperatively, running the external affairs of Kashmir all together. India, Pakistan, and Kashmir all together, running the internal affairs, which, as I've explained, is, as far as I can see, the only solution that will be acceptable, that could possibly be acceptable to both India and Pakistan. And the wonderful thing about this solution is that India and Pakistan will have to develop a new relationship, one based on truth and justice, one based on cooperation and forgiveness, and above all, one based on love. So we have one comment. I'm not quite sure uh, who this Pagal Tadka is, but definitely Pagal, because this person says, "Get lost, bustard." Um, I think this word bustard it means something different. They just changed one letter, so it would not be a dirty word. But in any case, this person does not appreciate, and actually, this is what I've experienced before when I've talked about this. Many people, both Pakistanis and Indians, do not like this solution because it seems to be giving up the uh, control of Kashmir by their country. So I've explained many, many times, as I said, starting 25 years ago and more, actually, long before that, but that's when I wrote a letter to General Musharraf and to um, Prime Minister Bajpai of India that this is the only solution to the Kashmir issue. So, of course, I have experienced many people get angry about this idea because Indians do not want to give up their idea that Kashmir belongs to India and is an integral part of India. And Pakistanis do not want to give up the idea that Kashmir is part of Pakistan and an integral part of Pakistan. But so this is to be expected that some people will be pagal, will be crazy, and think that this solution is impractical or impossible, and they will tell me to get lost and may even use some unkind language about it. But that's to be expected. I'm not upset by that. I expected this sort of thing. Um, and I'm glad I got at least one comment, even though it's so negative. But I hope that others will comment in the future because I don't want to make these long chats. I want to limit them to, this is just over 15 minutes. So I will try to make these shorter. But if we get more comments, then it will go on longer. But I'll try to limit my comments to just a few minutes and then our prayers to just a few minutes. Okay, may God protect us all. And I hope you will all appreciate and understand more and more as you pray about this and as God fulfills our prayers to give Kashmir internal independence with the external affairs of Kashmir run jointly by Pakistan and India, working cooperatively. Signing off, this is Allan Kashmirwala. May God protect us all.